Welcome to Biochamp Academy. Hope you all are doing great. In this video, we are going to start IB Unit 2.1 Molecules to Metabolism. So, here is the list of the topics and subtopics for Unit 2.1, and make sure that you understand the concepts very clearly because these are going to be useful in other units of the molecular biology as well. So, in this video, we are going to cover the first topic, which is the metabolism. We are going to cover the definition of the metabolism and types of the metabolism. Let's start with the definition of metabolism. Metabolism is always defined as the sum total of all the chemical reactions occurring in living organisms catalyzed by enzymes. So I have highlighted here the catalyzed by enzyme keyword because it is very important to mention this keyword in your answer. So now let's understand in detail about the definition of metabolism. Now consider this is the animal cell with the semi-permeable cell membrane. So the dotted line here is showing the semi-permeable cell membrane of the animal cell. So this is the animal cell and it is having the semi-permeable cell membrane. Now consider that in the breakfast you had sandwich, meaning it is made up of bread, and we know that bread is made up of starch. So this is the larger molecule of the starch, which is a polysaccharide basically, right? So it is a very bigger molecule. Now if you consume this starch, then this starch is not going to be absorbed by your cell. Now you will say why? So the answer is because of the semi-permeable cell membrane of our animal cell. It will prevent the entry of your bigger or larger molecules. That's the reason inside our body we are having the digestive tract, which is going to perform the digestion. So during the digestion, your bigger molecule of the starch is going to be broken down into very small molecules of glucose. So these are the glucose molecules. Now as we know that glucose is the monosaccharide, so it is going to be absorbed very easily inside our cell because it is able to cross the semi-permeable cell membrane. Now, why we are discussing this whole thing here? The reason is we have to understand the chemical reactions which are occurring inside the living organism. So whatever we have discussed till now, we know that starch is a chemical. You will say how? So starch is a type of carbohydrate which is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. Also the glucose is the carbohydrate, so it is also made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. So because we are consuming this carbohydrate, meaning this kind of the chemicals in our food, and during digestion they are going to be broken down into another smaller chemicals so that our cell can absorb it. This kind of reactions are called as chemical reactions. So I hope that now you understood the definition of the metabolism. So the chemical reactions are nothing but the digestion, cell respiration, all are considered as the chemical reactions which are occurring in the living organism, right? Now coming back to the keyword, which is the catalyzed by enzyme. So what does it mean? Consider that you want to digest the starch inside your body but without enzyme. Then it is not possible to digest this starch. Why? Because it will require very high temperature. So it will require very high temperature, as well as it is going to be required very long time to digest into glucose. But we know body is having the fixed body temperature, which is the 37 degrees Celsius body temperature. Meaning the starch is not going to be digested inside our body, right, at this temperature, lower temperature. So how it is getting digested in the body? Because we are having the enzymes. So the enzyme basically help to digest the starch into the glucose. So in this case we are having amylase as well as maltase enzyme to digest our starch into the glucose molecules. So this is how the starch is getting digested into the glucose using the amylase and maltase enzyme inside our body. So now the definition of the metabolism is the sum total of all these kind of the chemical reactions which are taking place in our body and which are going to be catalyzed by the enzymes. So hope now the definition of the metabolism is clear to you. So now let's start with the metabolism types. Basically this metabolism is always classified into two. One is called as catabolism and another is the anabolism. And make sure that you remember this concept clearly, because in the later units 2.3, 2.4, 2.6, 7, and if you are the HL biology student, then you have to remember this thing for the HL part as well, right? Because many questions they will ask using the concept of the catabolism and anabolism. So let's discuss about what is the catabolism and what is anabolism and how you can remember easily. So here I am going to give you a quick tip so that you can remember the concept of catabolism and anabolism clearly. So remember the kata always stands for to cut. Meaning, whenever you want to cut or break a bigger molecule into the smaller molecules, they are going to be the catabolic reactions. How? So consider that you are having a bigger molecule A, which is made up of smaller molecule A plus B. So when you want to break down the bigger molecule into two smaller molecules, A plus B, it is going to be your catabolic reaction. So to carry out this catabolic reaction, it will always require the water molecule. Meaning catabolism is always carried out by hydrolysis. What does it mean? If you break this hydrolysis word into two, then you will get hydro plus lysis. So hydro stands for water, lysis meaning breakdown, correct? So meaning using the water molecule, you are going to break down your bigger molecule into two smaller molecules. So this kind of the reactions are called as catabolic reaction. So they might ask you here that write down the catabolic reaction for starch. So as earlier we discussed about the starch, that it is a polysaccharide, right? So if you want to break this polysaccharide into monosaccharide, which is the glucose, then it is going to be your catabolic reaction. So they can ask you that write down the catabolic reaction for starch, or also they might ask you write down the hydrolytic reaction for starch. So make sure you always remember that catabolism is going to be carried out by the hydrolysis. Clear? And also you have to remember here the examples. So examples are very simple. The cell respiration is the catabolic reaction, and also digestion, because during digestion all the bigger molecules are going to be digested into the smaller molecules. So in the form of food we are consuming proteins, we are also consuming carbs, carbohydrates, basically lipids, right? So these are the bigger molecules, and during digestions they are going to be broken down into smaller molecules. Like if we talk about the proteins, then it is going to be broken down into amino acids. If we talk about the lipids, then it is going to be broken down into, the fatty acids and triglycerol, like that. So this is all about the catabolic reaction. So now coming to the anabolism. What is anabolism? So it is exactly opposite to the catabolic reaction. So anabolism, meaning ana stands for to build up. So whenever you want to build up, or whenever you want to synthesize, which is the scientific term for building up the chemical molecule. So whenever you want to synthesize the bigger molecule from the smaller molecules, meaning you are having the smaller molecules, you want to make the bigger molecule, right? Exactly opposite to this catabolic reaction. Then it is going to be your anabolic reaction. And as in the catabolism, you will require the addition of water molecule, which is the hydrolysis. Here there is going to be the removal of water molecule. So always the removal of the water molecule is called as the condensation. So this is the carried out by condensation. So here also they might ask you that write down the condensation reaction for starch, or write down the anabolic reaction for starch. So here you have to build up the starch molecule using the glucose. So here you have to break down the starch molecule into the glucose molecules like this, and opposite to that, here you have to build up the starch molecules using the glucose molecule. So make sure now you are clear with the difference between the catabolic and anabolic reaction and how they are carried out, right? The example for the anabolic reactions would be photosynthesis, because plants are going to make the bigger molecules like glucose by using the smaller molecules carbon dioxide and water during the photosynthesis, right? And also inside our body we have the continuous synthesis of larger molecules like proteins, nucleic acid, etc. The nucleic acid would be DNA and RNA, right? So to synthesize these bigger molecules, body will require the anabolic reaction. One more point you can add here is about energy. So always remember, during catabolic reaction, they are also called as energy releasing reaction, energy releasing reactions. But in case of anabolic reaction, as you want to build up something big from the smaller molecules, you have to apply some energy. So they are energy consuming reactions. So energy consuming. So these two are the types of metabolic reactions, and definitely they are also going to be catalyzed by enzyme, because metabolism itself is the enzyme catalyzed reaction, right? So that type of the type of the metabolic reactions are also going to be catalyzed by enzyme. So this is all about the definition of metabolism and types of the metabolism. So I hope that you all understood about the definition of the metabolism and the types of the metabolism, including anabolic and catabolic reactions, right? So in this video, we are covering these two topics only. So thank you so much for watching this video, and please do watch the remaining topics video for Unit 2.1 on Biochem Academy. Please do share and like this video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.